reasons, but I feel like some men can be quite intimidated by a woman that is doing it all herself.
What? Bro.
All right, ladies and gents, man, here we go, bro. We've got one today coming to us from Cosmic Verse, and we've reached this point where every bad date becomes like this public social media spectacle. And every single mother thinks that men are intimidated by them for whatever reason. I'm not sure. We're about to find out, man. Let's bring these receipts, not feelings. Let's get into it, man.
I think one of the many reasons why it's so hard to date as a single mom, there are many reasons, but I feel like some men can be quite intimidated.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you
We don't care.
Jerry.
Hi, so I just got ghosted for the first time in my entire life, and I kind of want to talk about it.
Let's talk about women being too intimidating for men to approach. Because
apparently, we got some mothers who believe that single men are intimidated by them. Not sure where this idea came from, but that's just ridiculous.
I think one of the many reasons why it's so hard to date as a single mom, there are many reasons, but I feel like some men can be quite intimidated by a woman that is doing it all herself. And I have help. I do. I have a small but very consistent support system. But for the most part, I do a lot of this shit on my own, and it's exhausting, but I get it done.
I'm sorry to break in right here, but let's just say it, man. You're not choosing to do all this stuff by yourself. You have no choice.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? You have no choice because men aren't out there just, landing on their knees begging to come do and do and do and do for you. So let's not get it fucked up where you think that, you're choosing to do this all by yourself, because you're not. I can guarantee it, you're not.
I feel like some men are just intimidated by that. Some of the men that I've gone on dates with, which it has been a long time,
because they don't give a damn about you. They don't like you.
but I feel like they want to be needed by me so badly.
Boy, if you don't get...
They want to be needed, and I don't need them for paying bills, for planning trips, I can do that if I want to. I want somebody to emotionally connect with. I want somebody that can listen to me vent and not be defensive. I want somebody that is vulnerable. I want somebody that we can form a deep connection together.
AKA emotional support animal. That's what she wants. An emotional support animal to take care of her children, and just sit there Indian style and listen to all the bad shit in her life. Shut up.
And I just feel like most of the men that I've dated, they want to hold some power over me, whether or not they do it maliciously.
Let's address the first point. She mentioned that some men are intimidated by single mothers who can take care of themselves and doing it all alone. That statement is nonsense, simply because men do not care about that. Whether you're taking care of yourself and doing it all. Men aren't sitting there thinking, wow, she pays her bills and raises her kid alone. I'm intimidated. That's not how men operate. And the second thing is that she's not taking accountability. She said that most of the men she's dated, she feels like they want power over her. If that's happening almost every time you go on a date with a guy, you're just choosing the same types. If all you want is emotional connection, there are plenty of guys who can fit that role. It starts with changing the type of guys you go after, because at some point, it's not all men. It's your pattern.
The men you choose.
If every single relationship ends the same way, with the same type of man, the same behavior, the same complaints, that means you're the common denominator in your own dating choices.
Yeah, so let me say what I gotta say. Let's unpack this a little bit. So what she's saying is men are intimidated by her because she's doing it all herself. And let me break it down to you, girl. Men are not sitting at home thinking to themselves like, hey, she pays her rent and raises her kids. Holy shit, I'm terrified.
scary. Shiver my timbers. Shut up, man.
Absolutely not. What he is thinking is, do I actually want to be responsible for a situation that I didn't create? That's not fear. That's called, to men, that's risk management. And here's the part nobody wants to hear. Around 40% of all births in the US are to unmarried women. That's not a fringe thing. That's normal now. Kids still do better on average in homes with two committed parents. Less poverty, fewer prison sentences, better school outcomes. That's not misogyny. That's every major study for decades. So when men say, I'd rather start fresh than jump into a pre-built situation with a kid and a baby daddy attached, that's not intimidation. That's them actually looking at reality for once and making the right decision. Let's go. Let's get back. Guys, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, man. Stay tuned. Let's keep going.
Major reasons why people aren't getting married is because a lot of men don't want to commit anymore. They're terrified of the thought of divorce proceedings and the financial implications of it. So you've got a whole vast group of men in the last 10 to 20 years who are saying, I don't need this commitment. I can just live with them.
Okay.
And that is why there is that change in the statistics. There's also a drop off a little bit of divorce statistics because, of course, if less people are getting married, less people are getting divorced.
Of course.
But the statistics of people living together are increasing.
Let's talk about women being too intimidating for men to approach. Because in my last TikTok, I've seen so many comments of people saying that I'm too intimidating and that's why guys aren't approaching me in public.
We do not care.
So I want to talk about it because I don't understand it. I know who I am as a woman. I know how I carry myself in public. I'm me. I smile. I laugh. I'm happy. I have warm energy.
Okay.
I'm not sitting in a corner mad.
I bet you do have warm energy.
I don't have RBF. So, I'm the type of person
That's because you decorate it with hella makeup.
who will trip in front of you and then apologize to you for doing that. So I really just started wondering, is it really that we're intimidating, or do men just no longer know how to approach women who don't need validation?
We do not care.
Because if being confident, peaceful, happy in your own lane is intimidating, I feel like that says more about them than it is about us. And if that's intimidating, then I guess I'll take it. But our job, we're not trying to make it convenient. We want genuine connections. And men kind of struggle with that these days. So I guess if you're looking for convenience, we'll be too intimidating. But don't let the fear of striking out.
Man, shut your...
Look, can you see how stuck she is on the fact of having to be validated on the internet, having to at least get some decorated comments in there of men saying, wow, you're pretty or something like that. She is so concerned with about how her hair looks. She keeps looking into the camera and moving her hair back and brushing it out of her face. It almost seems like she's more concerned with how she looks on camera than what she's actually saying on camera. So it doesn't really resonate with anybody because all we see is you trying to fix your hair and looking to see how cute you look on camera and all this other shit, bro. It's distracting.
Wow! Beautiful!
Keep you from playing the game. You can name that movie.
Some men may be intimidated to approach a woman, but that's only because of multiple women saying, don't approach them because they don't want to get in trouble, not because of the woman itself. Because back then, men were approaching women left and right, and there wasn't any don't approach movements going on. And that's the thing. It's not that men suddenly lost confidence or forgot how to socialize. It's that the rules completely changed.
Exactly. Let me sum that up a little bit. Men used to walk up to women. They used to say hi, and maybe get rejected and just move on. Now there's the same interactions can end up on like TikTok, stitched, duetted, captioned with creep alert on there and replayed 5 million times on TikTok and YouTube shorts and wherever else. Of course, some dudes are like, you know what? Nah, I'm good, bro.
We're good, bro. You can go.
I'm good. Like I don't want parts of this bullshit. It's not your glowing energy that's intimidating. It's the possibility that talking to you, it ultimately becomes content.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Dudes don't fear women. Let's just get that out there. Bottom line, men don't fear women at all. I'm sure there's some out there, there's simpies that freaking do whatever whatever a woman wants them to do. But men don't fear women. They fear humiliation. Most likely with a soundtrack on TikTok. Right? Am I right or am I wrong?
Absolutely right.
Guys, tell me in the comment section, am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, 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 no. Hell no, no.
Jump down in them comments and let me know, man. Stay tuned. Let's keep going.
Today, the same approach that used to be considered charming or respectful can now be labeled as creepy, harassment, or unwanted attention. The idea of a man seeing a woman and get intimidated is just ridiculous. Because let's be real, men have approached women for thousands of years. It's literally in their nature. Men aren't suddenly scared of a pretty face. What they are scared of is the reaction, the judgment, the embarrassment. And nowadays, that environment is hostile.
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
I just need to know this is a common occurrence for guys. They all do this, so if you're a guy, please listen because I just need to know. But what's the point in texting a girl saying...
Do you really want to know, though? Do you really want to ask this question and then have a man tell you exactly what it is, tell you the truth? Do you really want to know? I feel like a lot of women say, hey, I want to know. Guys, attention, gentlemen, attention, guys. All I want to know is, and then they ask the question, and in the comments, be all the answers that she asked for. But then she'll come back with a video, in a couple days, and it'll be like, well, you didn't take heed to anything that you were told. Anything that the men commented. It's like you just skip over that shit. So do you really want to know? I don't know. Guys, stay tuned. Let's get in.
Hey, what are you doing this weekend? And, going about the conversation, but then the second the girl asks to hang out or comes up with a plan for hanging out, you just ghost her. Or then you all of a sudden have a reason why you can't hang out. And it's like the same cycle every single time you text. It's like, I'm not texting you first. You're texting me first. So what's the point in texting me and wanting to talk with me if you just don't want to hang out?
Men think it's insulting by calling me a single mom.
All right. She's saying, why do men text but never hang out? Then we get that classic, why do guys text me and ask what I'm doing but never actually want to hang out? Couple options here. He's bored as hell and you're just basically digital background noise.
And it's like the same cycle.
He thought he liked you, then realized hanging out with you comes with your entire online persona, whether he's seen you on TikTok or Instagram or something like that. Or he could tell by the tone in the conversation, just in text messages, that you're going to come with this, you're going to expect this massive price tag, a huge expensive dinner, or, some crazy shit like that. Oh, hell no! Or whatever the case may be. When your TikTok or your Instagram is basically a highlight reel of complaints about men, what exactly you think he explains? When your entire TikTok is basically a lifetime of highlight reels and complaints about men, what exactly do you think he expects you to be in person?
She belongs to the streets.
A lot of guys are keeping it surface level, because going deeper in today's market looks like a voluntary dive into a blender. Guys, stay tuned, because this next one blows my mind, dude. And I'm going to break it down the best I can for this. Let's go, dude.
And saying that it's a red flag that I'm a single mom. The only red flag that I see is that you don't like kids. I wouldn't even talk to you if you don't like kids. You were never even an option. I wouldn't want to breathe the same air as you. And you can't take it out on me that I'm a mom because you never had a girlfriend that wanted to.
I could tell by her tone and her vocals, you know, what she's saying and her attitude and the swinging of the fingers and the hands and all this other stuff. Is you are at best a one-night stand. I'm sorry. You know, cuss me out in the comments. I don't give a shit. But I could just tell that's what it sounds like. That's what you're good for at this point.
To carry your seed. Nobody ever wanted to carry your offspring. That sounds like a red flag to me. You're the walking red flag. Another thing, you don't even have a kid and you have a dad bod. Why do you have a dad bod but nothing to show for? That's a red flag.
What?
So it's not insulting to me that I'm a mommy. That's one of my best things about myself is that I'm a mom. It's who I am. It's made me a better person. So if you don't like that.
You're a single person online crying and bitching and complaining, doing what you do best. You're a single mother online trying to tell men that you don't want us if we don't want to take responsibility for a child you had with another man.
You can walk yourself out. No shoes, no shirt.
He already walked out.
No service. I don't even want to talk to you. So it's not an insult. This is a safe place for single moms. And it just goes to show why I am so picky. Because
and you have no right to be.
Kids.
And you have no right to be. It's not about men not liking kids. It's about men not wanting to take responsibility for somebody else's kids.
It's a thing if you don't like kids, in my opinion.
Well, she can throw as many insults as she wants. The reality remains unchanged. It is a red flag for some men when the woman they're dealing with has children. Some of these men want a fresh woo. They want to start their family from scratch. She mentioned that those men just don't like kids, which is false. They just don't want to deal with someone else's children. I think this is just projection. Some of these single mothers get rejected so much it hurts their soul, and they need to understand men have preferences too.
Okay, so this whole single mom red flag meltdown, I had to digest this a little bit just to, you know, get a little bit in my bag real quick. This whole single mom red flag meltdown bullshit that she's spitting. Like, she starts off insulting guys, but then wants guys to approach her or, you know, a guy to be with her. But you start off insulting men right from the gate.
That you don't like kids. I wouldn't.
What did I do?
You don't like kids. You were never even.
What did I do?
Breathe the same air.
Nobody wants to carry your seed. You've got a dad bod with no kids. All this other weird shit. That's not empowerment. That's basically you just coping with hella makeup and like glitter on. Men are allowed to say, let's just get that straight. Men are allowed to say, one, whatever the fuck we feel like saying. Two, I don't want kids yet. I want my first kid to be my first kid.
Period.
I don't want baby daddy drama. I don't want baby daddy drama, custody court, or being, you know, plan B in a story that already started. That's not hate. That's preferences. Same way, the exact same way Women say no broken men, must be tall, must be fit, must make X amount of money, no kids. When women filter, it's called standards. But when a man filters, suddenly it's insecurity and we hate single moms.
Women.
Reality check. The same data you're ignoring show kids do better with stable two-parent homes. You're not just asking a man to date you, stupid. You're asking him to step into a situation where the odds are already harder for him, for everyone. And some guys just don't want to sign up for that. And to know what's the good about that? They're allowed.
I'm out of here.
They're allowed. Let's go.
Just like women do. Because let's be honest, men choosing not to date single mothers isn't hatred, insecurity, or immaturity. It's simply preference. The same way women prefer tall men, financially stable men, ambitious men, or men without baggage. But somehow, when men have a preference, it becomes an insult. When women have one, it's standards. The difference is that men's preferences are based on reality, while some of these women's standards are based on alternate realities.
40% of babies that are being born right now are being born to single mothers. 40%. Saw this in a video and I was like, there's no way. It can't be that high. It can't be that bad. Society can't be that bad right now. And I Googled it. And there you have it. 40% outside of wedlock. I am so scared for the future. If we think our society is weak now, imagine all these kids that are being raised right now by single moms and what that's going to create for the future. Most of the people that are in jail were raised by a single mom. Why is having a baby taken so lightly these days? This is the biggest decision that you will ever make in your life. Having a baby and who you will have the baby with. Not having kids out of wedlock. If you don't think the person is good enough to marry, then why would that person be good enough to have a baby with?
My date just canceled on me.
So now that stat about 40% of births being to unmarried women, like, I don't know why she's acting shocked. Like, there's no way. Well, let me tell you, there is a way. It's called decisions, right? It's called decisions. Am I wrong? And here's the scary part people avoid. That's millions of kids starting life in homes that statistically have more instability and more poverty risk. And again, this is not single moms are evil. It's we built a culture that treats baby making like a casual hobby and stable family like it's just an optional upgrade. You want to know why dating is a mess? Because the stakes are huge and the standards are gone. Completely gone.
Tonight because he found my TikTok. And that's really, really unfortunate because this is like the first time where social media has been like a detriment. Not a detriment.
Shout out to Emily, man.
But has like negatively harmed me.
Kudos to that man for having boundaries. But unfortunately, he still got a video made about him, which is honestly the entire missed point here. The problem is not that you're on social media. The problem is your content. Because if you look at 3 or 4 videos back, every other video, you're talking about some date. So yeah, if the man that's looking to take you out on a date finds your social media and your content is all about bashing guys that have taken you on dates, that is a man that is way smarter than signing up for that. Like, I don't know what to tell you, ladies. You think that men agree with you when you think that most men are terrible. Like, most men, especially good men, by the way, they know that most men are...
Sorry, Emily. Let me jump in here for a second. She says it's unfortunate that social media hurt her chances. No, that wasn't the case. Your content hurt your chances, right?
Hell yes.
When your page is just story time, the guy who wasted my time, but point of view, another trash man, let's dissect this text from a man I just met. A smart man sees that and goes, if this goes wrong, I become the next episode. As I've kind of said this prior, in the beginning of this video. Researchers are already talking about how validation from social media is replacing real effort in today's relationships. Likes and thumbs ups and shit are easier than compromise. Views are easier than accountability. These women aren't dating for connection. They're dating for content. The man across the table is just a storyline with a pulse. That's it.
Are good men. I would actually question the men that say that there aren't good men out there, that they're mostly bad men.
Now, guys, stay tuned, because this next segment is about, her saying we don't need men versus the actual data. Let's dig into the actual data. Stay tuned, guys. Let's get to it.
Question those guys, because I think they might just be projecting. But hey, that's my 2 cents, and let this be a lesson that it's not just about social media, it's how you present yourself as a whole in public, social media or not.
There's been many of these women complaining how they can't date because their dates keeps finding their TikTok. And what do they do on there is talk about all of the dates that they've been on, and in most cases bashes the guys. And then they sit there confused about why men don't want a second date. Like, you're literally turning men into content. You're publicly humiliating people you just met, exaggerating stories for views, and dragging guys online for doing normal things. What man in his right mind is going to sign up for that? Many of these women will remain single for a long time because of it. They just can't stop themselves from seeking validation from strangers. And that's the sad part. They don't even realize they're sabotaging their own dating lives. The attention they get online becomes more important than the attention from the man sitting right in front of them. Every moment has to be turned into a clip, a confession, a rant, or a story time. It's like they're dating for content, not connection.
I made plans to go on a date with this guy on Tuesday, and in the meantime, we were just exchanging texts, like getting to know each other. As a mother, I asked him a really important question.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. Get your goddamn.
Let me just spell out like the issue with those texts from yesterday. It's not a problem to have preferences and for it to not be ideal to date a mom, right? But then, like, why match with me? Why talk to me if it's not ideal? It's such a rude way to say it. Do I have preferences with dating? Yes, I think it's totally okay to have preferences. But at the same time, empathy and compassion and the way that you communicate with someone and not like being condescending to them matters. And also, I feel like he was jumping to so many conclusions, which to me was just, he was like bleeding insecurity and ego, because it's like those weren't even issues. The fact that they were getting brought up when I was just genuinely, I should have said, how do you feel about me being a mom, not a single mom? That was like my bad, because we were both single, so I even put that in there, like, how do you feel about me being a mom? But other than that, like, I had one girl who was like, you baited him. I'm like, no, I didn't.
Stop the cap.
I was asking discovery questions, you know, like if someone's gonna say that they don't like something that is a core identity of who you are and a huge part of your life, I think it's super important to like get, you know, to the crux of it. And I wanted to know, because in my experience dating with men, there are a lot of men that have a lot of really gross feelings towards single moms, which I think is so strange, especially because like
I don't know if I would call them gross feelings. It's just so weird to me. I really don't think I would call it gross feelings. I already said this. I'm not going to repeat it again. If you're watching and you're still here, then you already know what's coming next about how I feel about the men, getting with single mothers with children.
Birth the entire population.
But guys, stay tuned because I'm about to drop the hammer and close this video out, man. If you're still here, I appreciate you sticking around, man. Let's just finish this off nice and neat.
Like, women are magic. I feel like more men need to look at mothers as like being in awe of them, especially a single mom, because like we're doing the Lord's work. You know what I mean? Let me tell you, I have been in extremely controlling and jealous relationships in the past, and I will not do it again. The moment that I see like a very controlling or jealous guy, I'm out. My last relationship was crazy. Like he was trying to control if I could go to the gym, if I could go to a sauna. I wasn't allowed to hang out with my gay best friend because he's a guy. Like stuff like that is so weird to me. And it's just, I'll never do it again because you lose so much of yourself. And like, I want a guy who doesn't see me as an inconvenience or the fact that I'm a mom as an inconvenience, because it's not. I mean, I support myself. Look what I've built for myself. My son is an incredible human being. He's going to be an adult in like 4 years, you guys. It's just, I can't even, I don't know. The people who like disagreed with that text being bad, it's concerning.
This woman is lost. That man didn't waste her time at all. He said it's not ideal for him to date a single mother. His reasons are valid, and one of them is the baby daddy involvement, because that's a real concern.
Okay, so the message says, okay, good, I like that. How do you feel about me being a single mom? And he responds, it's not ideal for me, but I'm not opposed if we hit it off and align on all the other big things. My mom was a single mom, so my respect is there regardless if this turns into something or not. The baby daddy's involvement will be more of a concern, not the fact that you're a mom. She said, is that the part that's not ideal for you, or the being a mom part? And he has a lot of involvement and you guys are best friends, then I wouldn't want to deal with that. Which makes sense. I don't know, guys. We're going to end it here. I think I've had enough with this shit right here, man.
I have had enough! Enough!
Let's just drive this point home. All right, let me get big for this one. Give me a second. Let me get big. Let's finish this off, man.
It's about to go down.
We have an entire culture screaming that I don't need men. We don't need a man. While simultaneously, marriage rates are at a historic low. Cohabitation in single parent homes are at a historic high. And kids from stable two-parent homes on average have a better outcomes in school, crime, and long-term economic stability. Listen, men and women do need each other, and kids need both. Society runs smoother when we build actual families instead of content careers off failed relationships.
Yeah. True.
You can shout all you want that you don't need anyone. And you can shout that into your ring light all day. Cool. But the data says this lone wolf, single forever, anti-commitment trend is not helping kids, not helping men, and it sure in the hell isn't helping women. It's just feeding the algorithms. Why is this so hard to see? So no, men are not intimidated by single moms or confidence or independence. They're tired of the high-ass risk, low loyalty, public humiliation, and the culture where they're expected to fund a lifestyle and be the villain in the story time afterward. You want good men, respect what men risk. Respect what family means. And stop treating human beings like disposable props in your content. It's not that hard, because at the end of the day, men and women still need each other. It's the internet that keeps telling you you don't. It is these single moms, single women on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram that are telling everybody that you don't. And it's bullshit. Complete bullshit. Am I right or am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Guys, let me know in the comment. Jump down in the comments and let me know. And while you're down there, hit the subscribe button and come and see me on the next one. I appreciate you guys. If you made it this far in the video, I truly appreciate you from my heart, and I appreciate you guys being here. And I will catch you guys on the next one, man. Right? Peace.